Growing up in Mobile, Alabama, I think I can safely say there was nobody else like me. Now, sure, I have a twin brother, but in many ways, our similarities were superficial because the way that I saw myself and the way that the world saw me were two very different things. Now, although I was assigned male at birth, I always knew that I was a girl, but I was bullied and shamed for how feminine I was. My gender was constantly policed by the other kids at school, by my teachers, by folks in church, and by my mother, and it kept me from fully claiming my girlhood. I didn't feel, I love you back. I love you back. Love you back. I didn't feel like I could tell anyone my deepest truths, but luckily for me, I was a smart kid. I loved to read, and despite being bullied in school, I was a pretty good student. And I really believe it's, another thing is that I loved to dance as a kid. Now, yeah. I loved to dance as a kid, and I was pretty good at it. And I really believe that it's because I was a smart kid and because I loved to dance that got me out of Alabama and to New York City and the community that allowed me to claim myself. Now, in New York City was the very first place that I met real-life transgender people. And as I got to know these transgender people, these transgender women as women, all of the misconceptions I had about who transgender people were based on what I'd seen in the media, all those misconceptions melted away, and I was able to accept those trans women, as people, as human beings, and that allowed me to accept myself. Now, by this time, I had grown my hair out, and I started wearing dresses and skirts and makeup every day. Yes. And I had reached a point where I could no longer lie to myself about who I was, and I finally began my medical transition. And excitement and peace came over me. I was no longer lying to myself or to the world. But honey, unfortunately for me, my struggles had only just begun. Because back when I started transitioning, way back in the day, the goal of transitioning was to blend in, to never let anybody know that you were transgender. And I never blended in. Could you imagine? So here I was. I finally accepted myself. I had taken the medical steps to live more authentically, and yet I was laughed at, misgendered, and harassed everywhere I went. I never felt safe leaving my home, but I knew that living my truth was way, way better than living a lie. And luckily, I survived, because a lot of girls like me don't survive. The past 3 years have been the deadliest on record for trans people, especially trans women of color like me. And it took me many years to accept, to fully internalize that if someone can look at me and tell that I am trans, that's not only okay, that's beautiful, because trans is beautiful. Trans is beautiful, and I am not beautiful despite my big hands, my big feet, my wide shoulders, my height, my deep voice, and all of the things that make me beautifully and noticeably trans. I am beautiful because of those things. We live in a world that constantly tells women we aren't enough, we aren't skinny enough, young enough, pretty enough, smart enough, white or black enough, the texture of our hair isn't straight or curly enough. All of these messages tell women, and particularly women of color, that we are not enough. And I gotta tell you, I struggle with this stuff every single day. But for today, I have to tell myself that this is it. This is who I am and what I look like. Today, I have to look in the mirror and say not only that this is enough, but that this is beautiful. And it is my hope that each and every one of you today will be able to do the same thing. Thank you so much, I love you. I love you. Keep giving back. Keep loving yourself. Keep being of service. I love you. Bye-bye.
Give it up for Laverne Cox. Come on.
Wow.
So inspirational.
That was so powerful. Did you feel that?